Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 10.
10. What a milestone.
Yeah, we did it. We actually did this 10 times for the Cucco Attack gaming podcast. And tonight, we have a special episode, I guess. We just watched the Nintendo Direct for September 4th, 2019. So we're going to get our hot takes. Me and Patrick have not talked about this at all with each other yet. We took notes, and we're going to go from there. So I'm Chad Hembrock.
I'm Patrick Hughes, and yeah, this will be a fun episode. It's kind of like almost a mini E3 of sorts. It was pretty big, actually.
Yeah, it's 40 minutes of like nonstop games. Some of them we already knew of.
And then some if you stick around for the Smash after.
Yeah, the Smash stuff afterwards too. So before we get into the Direct, we talked a lot about the Indie World premiere thing that was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 weeks or so, but yeah.
And not much came out of it that I was really interested in.
Most of our predictions were pretty wrong, except for one, which was probably the biggest news of the Indie World Direct, whatever you call it. And that was, yes, Ori and the Blind Forest is coming to Switch, another Microsoft exclusive indie, and that's awesome. I can't wait. And it actually looks like a really good port of it too. They're calling it the definitive edition, and it just looks beautiful.
Everything on Switch is the definitive edition.
It's true.
I think
if it's on Switch, it's the best way to play.
I think I have that on like Xbox Game Pass or something. I don't know. I feel like it was on there. Maybe not. I'm actually scrolling through it right now to check. But yeah, outside of that, there was no mention of the Untitled Goose Game during that presentation, which was disappointing.
There was not, but they did mention later, like a week or so later.
Yeah, it was this past Friday at PAX West, I think, was this weekend.
Yeah.
And they announced Untitled Goose Game is coming out September 20th, which stacks that day. You got the Switch Lite, you've got Untitled Goose Game, you've got Link's Awakening.
And the Amiibo.
The Amiibo. And there was some other stuff too.
I think so, yeah. It's just too much now.
huge, like, launch day.
Your wallets will cry that day.
Yeah. But, so I'm really looking forward to that. They showed a trailer recently before they said there was going to be news at PAX West, and they showed a trailer of the goose stealing a cell phone and running away with it, or like a radio, and then getting stuck in a dead end by a bridge over a creek, and then the duck just quack, throws the thing into the creek, and the guys are running after him. It looks, I can't wait to be a jerk. It's going to be awesome.
It looks so good. Oh my god! I love how the game is still called the Untitled Goose Game. It's
excellent. It's so good.
It's so stupid. I love it.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope it meets expectations of being a great game, and I hope it's under the $20 mark. 20 or under. I think if it's more than that, it's gonna fail.
I think 15 to 20 is the sweet, I think, margin for that game.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, I hope it meets the expectations of being a goose or something.
So they also said they're going to have merchandise, too, at PAX. They had, it was like a white long sleeve shirt that said honk on the wrist. And then there was like a sock puppet of the goose. So you can run all sorts of stupid stuff. It's great.
That's so fun. That's just fun.
Yeah. So other than Untitled Goose Game, we've also got a release date for Castle Crashers Remastered, which we spoke briefly about, and that's coming in September 17th. So
soon,
2 weeks away. So I know you told me I need to check that out.
Yes, I can't wait. We should play it together. I can't wait to play that game together.
Cool.
So.
Maybe we'll do another stream or something.
Yeah.
We'll try to do something like that. So that'll be cool. We got that. And anything else before we get into the meat?
Yeah. No. I think the only other two games I would point out. During the Indie World presentation, there was like a shadow drop of Super Hot. I know a lot of people were excited for.
I have that on VR, but I never played it yet. I heard it's really good though.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how much of an impact it really had to me because I can't disassociate that game from VR. I think that's the ideal way to play that game.
Yeah.
But I do understand it started not on VR originally, so
Yeah.
putting it on another platform, I'm glad people can experience it. The only other game that looked really cool to me, I thought, was I mean, they all looked cool, but like something new that stood out was this game called The Tourist. It's made by the same people who did those fast racing RMX games, that kind of like not F-Zero racing.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see them branching off into something different. It kind of looked like 3D Dot Game Heroes, if you ever played that, kind of mixed with like Spelunky and Zelda.
I have your copy of that still, and I haven't played it yet.
You should play it. It's fun.
My PS3 actually died shortly after you gave it to me.
Oh man!
And I was kind of glad that it died before I put the game in it, because then I'd have to take it apart again. Because my PS3 I got for free and fixed it by like reheating up the solder on the CPU and GPU. So kind of glad because I didn't really feel like taking it apart when it died for the third time. So I can probably get it working, but I think I'm just gonna hold off and I'll give you your copy of your game back.
Whatever, it's all good. But yeah, no, I thought that looked pretty cool, and I'll be interested to see how that shapes up. But otherwise, most of the games we already sort of knew about, so nothing really new to report on that. We should just dive straight into the Direct now.
Boom, Direct. So they kicked off the Direct with pretty much the biggest rumor to come out in the last few weeks, and that was Amazon Japan, I think, released a Switch game case that had a Overwatch logo on it. Ooh. So immediately everyone, made that assumption, and that was the first thing they announced was Overwatch is coming to Switch on October 15th.
Pretty soon.
So
yeah.
that's pretty soon as well. I think that's when BlizzCon is. I think it's in October.
Yeah, so they might talk more about it or have more to announce, but
yeah, so
it does. I do like how they kind of like incorporated features of the like Switch into the game. It looks pretty cool. Like having motion controls and stuff is pretty unique.
It looked cool. I've heard a lot about Overwatch. Just the most I heard about it was that it was a fun game, but then the user community was extremely toxic, and I don't know. I just that kind of not that it turns me off from games, but I just really had no interest. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, honestly, the one thing they could do to sell me on this game is if they just had a story mode.
Yeah.
Because, not that the online multiplayer doesn't look fun, but just like the character design and the world building of this game looks so good.
The game it looked like it ran great.
It has so much potential for like a story if they just put it in there. Like, if you watch those cinematics, it's awesome what they've actually done in building this world. And it's just like, why can't I just learn the game and enjoy it as a single player first and then play online with friends?
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like it was a very good port of the game. I thought it, looked fun. Maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. I can't guarantee I will, but just because, again, first-person shooters, too, are, for me, not a big fan of them on the controller, but but it looks cool, and that's great that it's there. It was a huge game, and anything to get it in the hands of more people, to have more accessibility with the Switch is great.
Yep.
So, anything else to add about Overwatch?
No. It was a fun surprise, even if it was mostly known. So.
Yeah. So next they talked about Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yep.
So they showed the different types of floors and suites throughout the hotel in the game. So you've got the tomb suites, which were, Egyptian tomb style levels. Look cool.
Sucking up sand from and all that stuff. Mummies.
Sand, mummies, pyramids, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
The dance hall, the pirate theme. And then they announced the Scream Park, which they said you can play 2 to 8 players, which is pretty cool.
Pretty cool. It's like a little Luigi party game.
Yeah. It looks like you're all like Luigi or whatever, Luigi.
Or half of them are Luigi and half of them are Luigi's, but yeah, and you're competing in like weird little mini games like sucking up the most ghost, or it looked like you're swimming in little floaties in a pirate park. I don't know what you were doing.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to the game. I never played the first one. I have it on GameCube, and I think I tried playing it. I don't know, a couple years ago. I sat down to try to play it, and I don't know why I never bought it. I remember when I bought my GameCube, I like had it in my hand, and I was like, I'll put it back, and I didn't get it for some reason. I think it was because I bought the Mario Sunshine bundle.
Okay.
So I was just kind of like, I'll have Sunshine, and then like Wind Waker was like shortly after that, and I had Metroid Prime too. So those 3 games were pretty much what took up all my my GameCube time.
Of that selection, you probably chose the right games if you could only choose.
Yeah. So yeah, I bought that in high school. Like my first like job I had. I bought a GameCube and an Xbox. Like with my first few paychecks, I just put it on. We had like layaway at my job, and yeah, I just put like $50 into it every month until I went home with it. It was awesome. Like being in high school and buying. It was like my first system I actually bought myself, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, no, I never really played the first one. I think I tried playing it, like I said, a couple years ago, and it just felt really weird to me. And I was trying to play on the projector too, so I was kind of like, I should play this on a CRT sometime, so it's looks a little better, feels a little better.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got Dark Moon on 3DS, and I played it a lot, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
I never beat it, just because Switch came out. I'm gonna be honest. Like once I got my Switch, I didn't want to touch my 3DS anymore. So so that's really what hurt it. So, and that's what sucks too, is I want to go back and play the first one, but that was released on 3DS, even when the Switch was already out. So, so I am looking forward to this one coming out, so I can finally sit down and give the game, the playthrough it deserves for me, since I haven't.
Yeah. and the GameCube and 3DS version are both great games, but they do have very different feeling to how they play. Just like, because the first one is all located in one mansion, so it feels really cool kind of exploring and gradually expanding the scope, while the 3DS one is almost more like level-based. It's kind of like short missions that you go on, so they're both great games, but it'll be interesting to see where this third one falls. I think it'll probably find some middle ground between the two. Yeah.
So, but that comes out Halloween Day, so...
Woo!
That's cool. We're not too far away for that either. We're stacking up for a pretty good end of the year.
Oh yeah.
Outside of December, there's not much announced in December still.
But... yeah, that remains a mystery, but they'll probably have another Nintendo Direct by then, and then they can tell us what the rest of the year looks like.
Yeah, maybe.
Of 2020.
Maybe not. I mean, Pokemon comes out mid-November, so
yeah.
I think the last time we had Pokemon and then Smash last year. Right after it, so that's Pokemon's probably plenty to fuel them into the holiday season with Switch Lite sales, Switch sales, and they'll probably be happy with that. So, so next on the list, they talked about a new free to start game, Super Kirby Clash, that looked like a Smash Brothers with all Kirbys.
Yeah, they kind of did that on the 3DS too. eShop, it didn't really get much traction, so I guess they're just trying to push it onto Switch now. So
so that's that comes out today, September 4th. So yeah, if you want to get that, check that out.
Free to start, they said, which I have no idea what that means, but
I assume that'll let you like probably get to like a certain level or something, or I don't know, play a stage or two just to get a feel for it.
Yeah,
but it was like, I think it was Nintendo Switch Online enabled and wireless local multiplayer as well.
Yep. So play with friends, have a good old time.
Yeah, so I mean that'd be, if you're in a house with your kids, you have 2 or 3 kids and they all have a device, that'll be something free and fun for them to play on. So and I actually, my son sat down and started watching, and he watched Luigi's Mansion and he watched Kirby, and then he got bored and got up and walked away. And I was like, "Aw." But he actually did, which we'll talk about a little later. He sat back down and was completely like mesmerized by the graphics of Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
On the trailing for that, he was like staring and he was like pointing at like Tom Nook, like like asking questions and stuff.
There you go. I'm gonna get Chad get Animal Crossing yet.
Yeah, I might have to now. We'll see.
It's actually a very educational game. So
I actually laughed during the trailer. There's a couple things that made me giggle, like when you dug up something and it said it's like a smelt rock, and then it said whoever smelt it dealt it.
When they were going fishing and they caught the pond smelt. That's the name of the fish.
Yeah, pond smelt, and it's like whoever smelt it dealt it. I chuckled.
Yeah. They always have really dumb jokes for like all the bugs and fish that you catch, which just makes you laugh.
That's great. Yeah. So, but anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. They showed the trailer for the Trials of Mana remake, which I think that's already out on PS4, isn't it? Or it's coming out?
I think it's coming to all systems next year. So.
Okay, it's all systems?
Yeah.
Okay. So they said April 21st of next year.
Yeah.
The next thing they showed was a game. Is it Obra Dinn? Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. That's like, that indie game.
Where you go back in time on a boat.
Yeah, it got a lot of buzz last year for being a really cool new type of indie game where you're trying to like solve this murder kind of like mystery if people disappeared on a ship, but you like I think find like the remains of bodies and then you can like replay just from that perspective of like what happened, and you're trying to piece together the clues and like take notes. So a really unusual game, and the art style too.
I thought it looked pretty cool. I like that game mechanic reminds me of like adventure games.
Yes,
just trying to solve stuff. So even the way it looked in that black and white aspect, it kind of reminds me of like some of your original like Apple II, like really black and white, graphics. I mean, although these graphics were good for that, it was more of almost looked like a sketch.
Yeah,
not quite a sketch, but I don't know.
It was like a pixelated sketch.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like an artistic choice, but it worked well.
Yeah, it looked good. So I don't know. I'll keep an eye on that because I thought it was very interesting. The next game kind of shocked me a little bit that it was coming out so soon, and that was Little Town Hero from Game Freak. That was
release date.
Release date October 16th.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because that was a game that they talked about that. Like, I don't know, maybe last year's E3? They said that Game Freak was working on a new game?
Yeah, I think that was like a year and a half ago, maybe. And then there's just been like radio silence since then.
Yeah.
I know. Now it's like out next month.
Yeah, I think it's really... I was kind of shocked like when they... I'm not really interested in the game just because the gameplay just doesn't really appeal to me. But, I was interested to see what they did. And the fact that it was, nothing like you said, nothing's been heard about it, and then boom, here it is. It was kind of shocking to me because I know a lot of people were excited to see what they had in store for.
Yeah, I mean, it looks okay. Like, I just had expectations that it might have been like a bigger title, but it looks more like the weird kind of small experimental games that Game Freak sometimes does. Like. Yeah. They've done it from time to time, like Harmonite was one, which was kind of fun, but it was still a small game. And so, yeah, I guess it's cool. It looks like it should have good music, as the same composer as the Undertale creator. So if you're like those tunes, that's one thing to look forward in it.
Yeah. So then after that, we got the Smash Fall update, which includes DLC character number 4?
Yep, they're on the fourth one of the Fighter Pass.
It's 4.
4 out of 5, yeah.
So that's Banjo-Kazooie that we learned on E3.
Well, Banjo-Kazooie is the third one.
Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah. Oh, never mind. You're right.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No worries. Third one is Banjo.
Yes.
3.
And he's coming out today.
So
actually, I've already downloaded him and tried him out.
Did you? Nice.
I did.
I haven't played Smash. Jeez, I couldn't tell you last time I played Smash. So I'm gonna have to load it up, and I'm probably gonna buy Banjo because I was just telling you today that I don't like when they go over all the moves and all that stuff in the directs, even though this was a separate direct they showed afterwards.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed seeing Banjo's moveset. And I want to play it now. So,
and he feels so good. I love having him in Smash Brothers. It's like a dream come true to me.
So, but yeah, we'll get to that direct, I guess. I mean, we can talk about it now, I guess, too.
Yeah, why not?
So, the biggest thing to me was the troll, the Xbox troll that happened during that. They tell us
talking about how like where Banjo came from, his history and stuff.
Yeah, and they went over everything, like '98 and Banjo, and then he made his first appearance in Diddy Kong Racing. And I'm sitting here like, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it because they didn't do a one more thing like they usually do. I was like, this is gonna happen. And then he goes, and if you want to play it today, you can play on Xbox One. And you hear everyone, you hear the people in the studio laughing at him, and I'm like.
He's like, I know this is a Nintendo Direct, and it's honest to advertise Microsoft, but please, why don't you play this game on Xbox?
Yeah, that's hilarious. So,
is your dog getting into mischief?
I don't know what he's doing. All I know is that the lights just randomly turned off, which was kind of weird. So, I hope my wife's home. If not, you're going to have a recording of my death. But yeah. So
I love Sakurai's just like sincerity, and like you can just see his passion for what he does. It's so apparent. So
yeah, it was cool. Like I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed seeing all of the movesets.
The music is so good.
The music, the zoom in of the stage and all the extra characters was really cool.
All the little cameos, even the little dragonfly is like just flying around.
Yeah, it's really cool. And like you had the little golden nuts in the background and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. I will probably, like you did, I'll see how many gold points I have. I think I have a bunch right now because every time I get a game, I usually claim them. Or I usually claim my physical rewards. So
yeah, I was like so close to having just enough for Banjo. I was like, all right, there must be some games I haven't claimed the gold coins for, and I had just enough after doing it. 30 cents to spare.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so I got to do the same thing, and see where I go from there. But yeah, so I think so they did that, and then they trolled us again, this was the first troll, because the second troll about Xbox One was in the post-direct.
Yeah.
Smash.
Going back to regular direct now.
Yes, so back to the regular direct. They show, I mean, they did the Smash, the Smash sound logo, and then they showed every single console. All the way
of all the consoles.
From the Switch,
came out.
From the Switch to the Famicom. And they even included the Virtual Boy, because I was like, watch, they're not going to include the Virtual Boy in this list, and I like kept my eye out, and you see the Virtual Boy there. So it went up, and then it went down to the Super Nintendo. I was like, this is it, Super Nintendo and Switch. And then it popped over to Neo Geo, and I was like, okay, this is the other rumor that was just confirmed with the Nintendo of America's website had a
just a little announcement, like look forward to next character. It will include stage and music, and then right at the bottom it said copyright SNK.
Yeah, so that led to all sorts of rumors of like again, Terry from Fatal Fury, which is who we got, but everybody was thinking, that's pretty much what everyone was thinking. I was hoping for like Metal Slug characters, because that would have been amazing, but they don't really. I don't think they really fit in Smash, personally. Because they never had like a. I don't know. You can take one of those big like 16-bit sprites and turn it into something, but the Metal Slug characters, I don't know. I just think it would look kind of weird, be out of place. I think. But, especially because all they have are guns usually too. It's not like.
I mean, you have characters like Splatoon and stuff.
Yeah, so. I guess, but it just doesn't. Like, Prisoners of War would be assist trophies. Thank you. Give you, like, items.
Yeah, but that was what part of the fun of the trailer was. It was so much fun just showing all these different SNK characters, and they're all trying to grab the invitation. Like, and I don't want who was invited. No, maybe me. Nope, not you either.
My favorite was when the guy grabs it and he's like, oh, as it floats away, he like, you can see him like sighing and like this, you know, beautiful.
And then he just like starts laughing.
This beautiful like 16-bit, you know, anime sequence. It was great.
Or the one that like fell off the building. It was like, and then like that top-down view. Wah!
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's cool. I personally have very little experience with Fatal Fury or King of Fighters.
Yeah.
Pretty much
zero.
Any of the Neo Geo games. Like I remember playing them as a kid. Like the only place I really remember playing a Neo Geo was this. There was this mini golf place up in like Hagerstown, and it's still there. I don't know if they have games anymore, but they had a red Neo Geo cabinet, and I know I played either Fatal Fury or King of Fighters there. And that's probably the only time I've ever played it, other than like on an emulator for like 2 seconds. Because fighting games just don't do it for me anymore. When I was like 8 and Street Fighter came out, sure, but not anymore. But they also announced that they're going to be doing more DLC fighters, so the 5th character is not going to be the last.
No, it will never end.
So
Sakurai's job.
Well, Sakurai too, and he was like, "I feel like the finish line is getting farther away." I was like, "Poor guy." But
I know. I feel so bad.
He just laughs it off though, which is hilarious. So
yeah, like it's cool that more people will get their chance for a character that will satisfy them, but at the same time it's like these Smash predictions will never ever end.
And then he's filming all those videos like a streamer, and he's like 2-hand controllers. Like it's hilarious.
Yeah. My only like disappointment with Terry, like not that he doesn't look like a fun character, but just we've had a lot of male representation so far, other than I guess you could say Kazooie and Banjo's backpack. But
I got jokes.
I guess now that there's more characters coming, there's more chances. So
yeah.
But yeah.
They also showed off the Mii costume characters.
Oh yeah.
Those were awesome. Like I've never really paid attention to those before, but like seeing as soon as it showed Goemon, I was like, "What? That's so cool!" and then Proto Man popped out, and then when it was like Mega Man X, I'm like, "Who's Mega?" And then it was Zero. I was like, "This is awesome!" And they looked so cool too. Like I don't know, they did a great job using the Miis and their costumes to make those characters pop out. So and they're cheap. They're like 75 cents or something like that.
Yeah,
for the pack. So I think I'm gonna probably be.
It's pretty cool.
Spending some eShop money.
And Sans from Undertale was a big surprise to many.
Yeah, they said that everybody was asking for him, so that's why they.
Yeah. So and it looks like it's a pretty well. That's probably the best means of playing as him you're gonna get, which is pretty cool actually. And he even comes with his own unique music. So.
Yeah. So I think that pretty much covers Smash. We said they talked about Banjo's level, music, characters, moveset. That was really it. They showed a tiny bit of gameplay of Terry.
Yeah, just a little tease.
Yeah. So
because he's still pretty early in development, but they said it's going well, so
that's cool. So so I guess we can move along to my most anticipated game of the year, which is Link's Awakening.
Oh yeah,
coming out next 2 weeks, 3 weeks away. So, really looking forward to that. I really didn't want to see more of it, honestly, because I want to experience it for myself. I know that somebody shared the scene of the shopkeeper online, so that kind of irritated me. And then somebody shared the scene of Wart the other day online, and I'm not looking for this stuff. I just scroll through Facebook, and there it is, and it's like, I wanted to see that myself. So that was a little frustrating. But, again, it's not a big deal. I already know the game, obviously, but I just wanted to experience, like, oh, what's he going to look like here? But
Yeah.
After watching the little bit they showed today, though, I got excited again. I was like, this is going to be cool. I'm looking forward to it. Just because
I can't wait.
Even though I know what it's going to look like, when I see it again, I'm just like, it makes me smile. Like, oh, that's really, really nice. It's going to be cool. The one thing that they showed was that you can, in the dungeon creation cavern, you can save your dungeon you create with the amiibo to transfer it to your friend's game.
Yeah,
so I thought that was cool. That was something they just announced, and they announced that the amiibo would be out the same day, which I already have it pre-ordered, so it's all good.
Yeah, and we can make like challenging dungeons for each other to play and stuff. So.
Yeah, so that should be cool. They talked about the Dragon Quest with every letter after it in the alphabet. That comes out on the 27th.
Yeah.
You said you played the demo?
Yeah. So I actually tried a demo this week, and my goodness, that game is gorgeous. Even on the Switch, it is just a beautiful game, but it is so RPG.
You can switch between art style, right?
You can, although in the demo you can only play the 3D version.
Gotcha.
But in the full version, there's like old school and then the 3D version. So that's pretty cool, and the music sounds great, orchestrated on the Switch. So I'm inclined to maybe check it out down the road if it goes on sale. Like I said, it's a little too RPG for me. I have kind of like a threshold of how much I can handle, but I think it ported super well for the Switch.
Yeah. Well, speaking of extremely Japanese RPG, the next game on our list was something that a lot of people have been asking for, and that was Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Remastered Definitive, trying to compete for the longest title on the Switch.
This wasn't as bad. It was just called Encore.
Yeah, Encore.
Yeah, which is kind of like a fun subtitle for it.
I missed the date, but they said you could pre-order it today.
I think it was just pre-order. I don't think it's coming anytime soon. I'll look real quick.
It said you could preload it today. I don't recall the date. Most things had a date today until like the last little, montage they showed.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool that game is getting some more life because it got, I think, undersold on the Wii U. So it's coming out January 17th. So
cool.
Not too far away.
I know that people were excited for that, and I just saw recently somebody posted they found it in a store. It was like the only copy of a Wii U game they had, and somebody was like, you should buy that because you're never going to find it again, and nobody else can play that game and everything. So
yeah, and I believe it comes with like some new music and characters for this Switch version. So
I thought it looked kind of bad graphically.
Yeah, it doesn't look much.
It looked very
prettier than what the Wii U was.
It looked kind of like almost GameCube-y to me. I don't know. It was very very muddy looking. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm not into Fire Emblem. We spoke about this on multiple occasions, but I know people liked it, so that's great. I think that any game that's on Wii U that barely got played, bring it over to Switch, and you're gonna sell millions. So essentially, as long as, especially being like a first party / second party title, it's gonna sell.
Yep.
So, they showed a preview for Deadly Premonition 2, which I don't know what that is.
Nope. I have no familiarity with it. So.
Comes out next year, and apparently the first one is being released today on the eShop.
Yeah, so check it out if you're interested. I don't know.
There was Divinity Original Sin 2 was available today, which...
That's a pretty big announcement, actually.
Another game I've never heard of before.
It's a kind of role-playing...
I saw the trailer. It looked like something I wouldn't play at all.
It
looked kind of like a Warcraft, like World of Warcraft style, like overhead strategy. I guess
kind of more Diablo-esque or old Dungeons and Dragons kind of style.
Yeah.
But I think it had a big history with like being a huge kind of Kickstarter game, and it just did very well. And yeah, so it's kind of cool to see it come to Switch. Yeah.
So the next thing they announced was it was something nobody asked for, and that was Doom 64 getting remade for Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
So they're like, here's an update from Bethesda. I'm like, okay, cool. And the guy's wearing his Doom shirt. Like, we see that right away. And he says, the Nintendo 64, blah, 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 first-person shooters. And I was like, did they somehow get the license to, like, GoldenEye or Perfect Dark or, something that's good? And then they say Doom is very special. I was like, Doom 64, really? Like, come on. I'm sure it's fine, but...
There you go, folks. This is your first N64 game on Switch.
No, Turok is already out on Switch.
Oh, shoot, you're right. Never mind.
Turok was already on Switch, so that's not the first. But but yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird, like Doom 64.
Yeah.
I don't know many people that ever played Doom 64 or ever talked about Doom 64.
I guess it's unique enough that it was worth porting. I don't know.
So that came out in like 98 or something like that.
Yeah.
And, the original Doom was out in like the early 90s on PC, and I feel like everyone has played Doom by that. I mean, Doom was on SNES. And Doom's on everything. You can play Doom on a printer if you wanted to. Yeah, that was interesting, but that comes out November 22nd.
Okay.
Not interested, personally, but again, I think I got enough of Doom, and I have enough of the new Doom games I need to play that I still haven't. I never beat Doom 3, and I never beat the new Doom, so... But I think I beat Doom 1 and Doom 2 back in the day with IDKFA, IDDQD. Gotta get my God mode and infinite ammo.
Yeah.
So,
it'd be sad if you couldn't beat it with that.
Yeah. So, it would be sad. It'd be very sad. There was the next thing they talked about was a game called Rogue Company from High Res Games. I think it was High Res Studios or something like that. Did you see that?
Why am I not remembering it at all?
It was the game that looked, in the graphics that they showed, it looked very good. Like it was like
Oh, was that just like kind of like
they were like shooting, like running around shooting? Yeah, like spies.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, when I saw that, I thought it looked really, really good. But then I'm like, this can't be gameplay. This is on Switch. Because it looked too good to be on Switch.
It did look definitely more polished, especially compared to like some of the previous ones we were just talking about. Like, it looked better than Tokyo Mirage or...
Oh, it looked awesome. Like,
yeah.
I was watching in my living room on the TV, and like, I just was like, this does not look like a Switch game at all. So I am assuming that was pre-recorded game footage or just the engine making it. Because there were some clips were obvious it was the engine, but then other ones would show like the first-person gun view or something shooting, and I was like, that looks really good for a Switch game.
It's possible to make Switch games look good.
It's true. I mean, Doom was a great...
Doom looks good. Even like
Wolfenstein.
Overwatch, what they showed looked good.
Yeah, it did. And
looked like a good port.
What's the other one that's coming out? The Witcher? The Witcher looks okay. I mean, people complain about it. It doesn't look like the PS4 version, but it looks good.
It looks playable, yeah. Which is impressive for the Switch.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know. It just kind of looked, I don't know, like game-wise generic to me. So I guess that's why it was forgettable.
Sure,
I don't know.
Sure.
I didn't remember it.
It comes out next year. Again, I just thought it looked good. That was really the first thing I took away from it. I was like,
definitely.
This looks great, but I didn't really pay attention to the gameplay. At that point, I was just kind of writing notes and just kind of watching, the direct, kind of waiting. But so that after that, they talked about Pokemon Sword and Shield again. They showed some customizable options for your trainer.
More outfits and hairstyles, which is cool.
Hairstyles. They showed the Pokemon Camp.
Yep, so you can play with your Pokemon and whatnot.
Play with them. You can visit other camps out in the wild.
Yeah.
Right? Is that, or am I getting Animal Crossing confused?
No,
that's not too. Okay.
I don't know. It's like some casual, like bonding Pokemon mode that they usually throw into these new Pokemon games. So
I was just wondering if you could go to someone's camp and steal their Pokemon. That would be cool.
no, I don't think like that. I think you can just like play with each other's Pokemon or whatnot. So
So that's it.
and
I mean,
yeah, and then they showed 2 new Pokemon.
yeah, they showed the what was it? What was it called?
It was like a tea kettle ghost.
Yeah, tea kettle ghost, and then like a big bird that his attack was pretty funny though. It's like a gulp slam or something like that?
Yeah, it was like his like native ability that like each Pokemon has. So if he gets a fish in his mouth and then uses that as like a counter attack if anyone attacks him.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. Then the biggest news came out that everyone's pretty much been waiting for, and that was SNES available on Switch.
Yeah, we got our shirts.
So we got our shirts. So Patrick had his shirt on all day. He told me, and
been wearing it all day, trying to make it come true.
So I came home, I put my shirt on, sent it to him, and was like, "It's gonna happen. We're gonna do this." So. Stars aligned, again, we got the patent rumor, or the patent came out for the FCC filing for the wireless Switch controllers.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's been
and there was also that rumor back in January of like data mining and stuff.
Yeah, they data mined and found a bunch of the game. Pretty much all the games that they announced today were on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you pulled up the list, but I had the list here.
The only one I remember that like stood out from that data mine was that Stunt Race FX game.
Stunt Race FX, yes. So, well, what's funny is that our last episode we spoke about games that could possibly come to Switch, SNES Online, and we got a lot of them right. Which,
all right.
Obviously, most of those were pretty much give-me's.
Yeah.
But we are getting right away. We're getting Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Link to the Past, Yoshi's Island. So then we talked about some of the stuff that we picked out. I said Super Tennis would be there because tennis is on the other one. Mm-hmm. Super Soccer is going to be there, which I said was on the soccer's on the other one. We said Pilot Wings could possibly be there. That's there.
Yep.
F-Zero, of course. And the Kirby's Dream Course and Kirby's Dream Land 3, which you said the Kirby's Dream Land 3. I said probably one of the, Dream Course or Avalanche or something like that would make it. So, also Mario Kart. There's, there's a lot of games that, like, I didn't expect them to give you all the, like, heavy hitters
all
right
at
there.
once.
Like,
that's actually a impressive way to start. I thought they would drip feed these out. So
there's more to it. So there's Brawl Brothers, which I don't remember that. There's Breath of Fire, which was a SquareSoft game. Demon's Crest was kind of surprising to me, but it is it's a Capcom game, and it's based off of the Super Ghosts and Ghouls series. It's actually the sequel to Gargoyle's Quest. Well, it's the third game in the Gargoyle's Quest series. I have it on Super Nintendo. I bought it in Brazil, and it doesn't work, so that kind of sucks, but I got it super cheap. F-Zero we talked about. Joe and Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics. That's a uncommon Super Nintendo game. It's probably about a $60 cartridge right there. So
cool.
Kirby's Dream Course. Kirby's Dream Land 3 is about an $80 Super NES cartridge. It was a late release on the Super Nintendo.
Very late in this life cycle.
Yeah. So Pilot Wings, which was a launch title. Star Fox is on there.
Yeah.
Stunt Race FX. Super
apparently has not been re-released since like ever.
Yeah. I've only seen Stunt Race FX because that's games that people have used to make reproductions of Star Fox 2. or the Star Fox World Championship thing they did a few years ago, or back in the 90s.
Gotcha.
Because it has the Super FX chip on it, and they were relatively cheap if you found them. So there's that. There's Super Earth Defense Force, which is a shooter. It's supposed to be a pretty good shooter. I've never really played it, but I've seen people talk about it.
Cool.
Super Ghosts and Ghouls, hard as hell, but they used that to show the rewind feature.
Yes, that was like the perfect game to showcase that feature.
Absolutely. Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island, Super Metroid, which huge. Like,
yeah.
Like those Super Mario Kart, Mario World, Yoshi's Island, Super Metroid, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. 5 heavy hitters. And you're talking like, I don't know. That's a lot of hours right there you can throw into that game, especially including Breath of Fire. I mean, that's JRPG. So
this is all available tomorrow.
All available tomorrow. As long as you are a Nintendo Switch Online customer, no increased fee, which was very reassuring to hear because that was something everyone thought was going to happen. My disappointment, or not disappointment, just kind of shocked they didn't announce Earthbound. I wonder if they will announce Earthbound. Not shocked, I guess, but considering everything they announced on it,
true,
Earthbound wasn't included. But
you know what? That just gives me more hope that a Mother collection is in fact in the works, and that's why they're waiting.
Possibly, or they'll do like they'll drop like next month when they drop new games. Like, I wonder if we'll even get a September game update now. If we're getting all the SNES games, are they still going to give us NES games this month?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if they'll wait until like next month or, another month down the road and they'll give us Earthbound Beginnings and Earthbound on the same month and drop them on each.
That would be cool.
So that was my first thought when I didn't see Earthbound on that list. But then that still leaves you without Mother 3. So, as usual. But that was killer. They also showed off the controller, which, I showed you my 8-bit do, 8-bit do, whatever you say, controllers.
I'm tempted to pick it up.
So I paid $20 for my kit to make my own. But for $30, I think I'm going to grab one. Even if it's just to compare the two, to see which one's better. I think it's worth doing because if the Nintendo branded one, I assume that one's going to work better than the 8-bit do one just because it's official.
Yeah.
Doesn't always mean that it will, but
most of the time.
Yeah. I feel like it might be better.
I've used enough third-party like GameCube controllers to know like they just never compare to the real Nintendo ones. So
I remember you gave me one.
Yeah.
Because you were like, "You want this wireless GameCube controller?" I was like, "Sure."
Great, I don't.
And I gave it to somebody else. So, I fixed a Wii for a friend and was like, "Here, you can play GameCube games with this."
And who knows who that controller is with now?
It's probably in the trash. So with the online, so we got the SNES games. They announced the controllers coming soon. And then they announced that Tetris 99 will be getting a 2.0 update, which is going to add a new mode you can only play if you've ever won as Tetris Maximus. So I will never see that.
Never. I will never see it.
I will never see it unless I can play. Well,
I actually got in 4th place the other weekend when they were doing that Fire Emblem tournament. I was like, oh.
Yeah. The highest I've ever gotten is 3rd. I've gotten 3rd a bunch, but I can't get that breaking point because those last 2 people are just their rows are like this big, like just 2 rows deep, and mine's like 8, and then it's just like boom, 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 boom. I'm out. So I haven't played in a while though. I haven't played Tetris 99 in a long time because I didn't care about the Fire Emblem theme.
It was actually pretty cool. Like, just surprisingly, the music went really well with Tetris. It had that kind of like suspense and drama for the like stacking blocks. I don't know why. I
had to get the Game Boy theme though, like the Game Boy Tetris theme. I got that one. Yeah. I had to just because it was so classic and looked awesome. So,
I'll show you the Fire Emblem one sometime we meet up, just so you can see what it looks like.
There was a Splatoon one too, wasn't there? I think I wanted to get that one, and then I just kind of forgot about it. And
I forgot that one too.
Oh well.
That one was just okay. I saw it online. It was like, that's cute.
Yeah. So that update comes out tomorrow as well. So it looks like
Mhm.
there's a pretty, big
I thought
update.
the coolest part of the update was that they're just like putting so many more themes into it though that you can like earn through like points and stuff.
Yeah,
So
and you can play 2-player now locally, which is pretty
yeah.
cool. And yeah, so they've definitely they've built off of that, and I think I'm glad I bought it. I bought the DLC pack, so I just had everything.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's cool. I like Tetris.
Yeah.
And Tetris is just it's like the chillest game to play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you're in a 100-man battle royal with it. So,
Even
but,
then though, it's kind of fun
yeah,
just
it's still
doing your own
fun.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because God knows, I play Tetris 99 the same way I play real Tetris, so it doesn't really change.
Yeah.
Just it just gets a little more stressful when I see
All of a sudden, someone's like dumping 10 rows, and you're like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's out tomorrow. They showed some of the retro events from Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. That comes out on my birthday. So
Oh, cool.
That's cool because I don't care. But I mean, I thought some of the retro things look cool. Having the little 8-bit sprites, in these like very athletic world track and field stadium event style, gameplay mechanics was definitely interesting on a console that's out in 2019. So
it looks fun, honestly. Like if someone handed it to me, I'd probably have a fun time playing it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's just not something I'd probably go out to buy.
Yeah, that's what I told my wife because we were watching that, and I was like, oh, it comes out on my birthday, and I was like, oh, but I probably won't play it, but looks cool. I don't know. It's like I'm not gonna buy it though.
Yeah.
Then we another thing that comes out today is the Daemon Ex Machina demo. So this is the second demo they're doing. The game launches next week.
Yep, and your progress will carry over from the demo if you decide, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, so I thought the game looked really cool the first time I saw it. Again, I think we spoke about it. It kind of reminded me of like Virtual On from like Sega Saturn, mixed with just most of those other mech battle games. But then the demo came. I downloaded the demo, started playing it, just started going through like the character creation process, and I ended up putting my Switch down. And I don't know why. I think I was watching TV or something, and just kind of got sucked into that. And didn't play it, but then I heard a lot of people talking about it and saying the demo was pretty bad overall, that the game was sluggish, it just wasn't fun, and the controls kind of sucked. And
yeah, it definitely had room for improvement, which it seemed like they were anxiously taking all that feedback.
Yeah, so that was cool. I mean, they took a lot of customer surveys from it. I think I got one, but I never filled it out because I never played it. I know that a lot of people, were getting those and responding. So hopefully this demo will, be better. That's always the goal for that. I thought it looked cool. I just don't think it's something I can really get into.
Yeah, the real question is, have they convinced you to give this other demo a try or not?
I mean, I think a demo is the best way to go about it. I think if they didn't release a demo, it'd kill their sales right now. After all the negative hype of the last demo.
Yeah.
Because a new demo that's good can completely change the,
It's true.
The game. Because if the hype now, if the game's at like a 4, and then you play this new demo and it's an 8, people are going to go pick it up. So yeah, that's out today. And they said it was, I think it's local co-op too in the demo. You can play local co-op. But the online co-op feature would only be available if you played the full version. I'm pretty sure it's what I heard them say.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I'm looking at the notes here.
Okay. So the next game they talked about real quick was the Star Wars Jedi Outcast, the Jedi Knight 2. That comes out at the end of this month.
That was kind of out of left field, but okay.
Yeah, very random. When they said the Star Wars game that everyone loved and had fun with, I was thinking immediately, sticking with the N64 theme, I was like, Shadows of the Empire! Shadows of the Empire! And then, no, because I love Shadows of the Empire. That Hoth battle at the beginning is so good. I love towing down the AT-ATs, and so it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Love that game.
It's just such a random like single Star Wars game to like retroly release. Like, I expect if you're gonna release like some old Star Wars games, maybe do it as like a old school Star Wars collection or something. But just here's Jedi Outcast 2. Like, what?
It was kind of strange. That's why I was really hoping they were going for Shadows of the Empire after they announced Doom.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. So the next thing they went over was just, again, The Witcher 3, October 15th release date. Comes with all the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they really said.
It was kind of like a sizzle reel after this point. Just like game.
Yeah. We got the announcement that was also a rumor that came out, which was the Assassin's Creed collection.
Oh, yeah.
So we got Assassin's Creed Black Flag and, what is it, Rogue something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one was called, but it's the collection itself is called the Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection. Mm-hmm. Black Flag was awesome. I don't know if you ever played it.
I have not. I've heard good things about it.
So Black Flag was the only game I ever rented from GameFly. And I got it on my Xbox One, and I had like a free month trial, and I think I kept it for 2 months. But I didn't play it that much. That was the problem, and that's why I canceled my GameFly subscription. Because it was like, I'm going to keep games and not play them, and not cool. So
yeah, that's my fear and problem of monthly subscriptions. Is like, gosh.
Oh, my Game Pass subscription right now. I signed up for it, and I think I played a little bit of Forza, and I haven't touched it since. But luckily, I mean, it's $4 a month. It's nothing.
Yeah, so that's like so cheap.
That's awesome for the amount of games in it. Like, I was just looking at it, and there's so much good stuff on that. I just need to sit down and play. But back to Assassin's Creed. I actually bought it the day that I bought Captain Toad. On Wii U, they had Assassin's Creed Black Flag for Wii U for like, it was like $8 or something like that. It was like super cheap, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy this because I really enjoyed it on the Xbox, and I got it, and I don't think I ever played it after that. Basically, when I played the game, I got as far as I got to the part where you start like you're in a ship and you start fighting like other ships, and that got a little difficult for me to manage, and I was just kind of like, I don't want to do this anymore. It was really fun up until that point. But I would give it a try again. I would definitely give it a try again. I did enjoy the game, running around and, just kind of learning the story and getting that. I'd never played an Assassin's Creed game before, so I thought it was fun. It was just one of those games I put down and then never got into again. And honestly, I didn't think the Wii U version was that bad, considering everyone was like, oh, the Xbox version is so much better. But, like, I watched side-by-sides, and it was really, like, the detail of the water that, like, was the big difference. And it was like, I got it for $8. Like, and if you count, like, the 1 month subscription of GameFly, it was like, okay, I paid $25 for it. Like, whatever.
Yeah, my only hesitancy, like, this is one I would keep my eye on, but like their last port of Assassin's Creed 3 for Switch was horrendous.
Yeah,
so
that's what they're saying, and apparently it's still broken too, I think, is what people are saying. So
we'll see how this one turns out, but I do hear nothing but good things about Black Flag. So
yeah, Black Flag's really good. So yeah, so that's I missed the release date of that. I don't know if you got that.
December 6th.
Oh, December 6th? Cool.
Yeah.
So, that's a December game for you.
We
didn't have many of those. So so after that, they really just kind of went down a quick montage of games. Dauntless is coming to Switch. Never played that, never heard of that.
Free-to-play game. Yeah,
gotcha.
Kind of like free-to-play Monster Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They were talking about that at work. Sadish was telling us about that one day.
Yeah.
Just Dance 2020, November 5th.
One of the few games still coming out for Wii.
I think that one is coming out on Wii, isn't it?
It is.
2020.
It is.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
I saw somebody post that when they announced it. So there's Grid Autosport that's coming out September 19th. So that's like 2 weeks away.
All right.
And that also, I saw something today. Somebody posted that game will support analog triggers from a GameCube controller.
Oh,
so that'd be kind of cool because that's really important for racing games. So
yeah,
you can let off the throttle and stuff. Like the Xbox with Horizon is like beautiful to be able to like flutter your gas pedal and stuff. It's like really, really good.
That was like one of my favorite features on the GameCube controller. Was those triggers?
Oh, they feel so good. Yeah,
so good.
Just the way they like, your finger just goes into the like the
it's just like I was meant to hold this.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. They did a great job with that controller. The next game was a Farm Sim, the Farm Simulator game, which cool. That's another December release.
Did you hear that they have like tournaments for that game?
I think I have heard that before. Then I've also heard that there's like a Goat Simulator game that came out on like Xbox.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's whatever. To each their own. It's for the 4-H club. Something like. So there's a Ni no Kuni that comes out. That's coming out really soon too.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
I heard it was really good. It was on PS4. Came out like almost a year ago, I think, roughly.
I think it started on PS3 actually.
Was it PS3? Okay.
Yeah, they might have ported it to PS4, but
gotcha. So that's coming out. NBA 2K20 comes out like next week or this week. There was a game called like Call of Cthulhu. I don't know. It was on the montage. I typed it down. A game called Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a kind of popular game. I don't know much about it, but
yeah, I don't know. Devil May Cry 2 is coming to Switch, which I thought was kind of cool. Like I didn't even know Devil May Cry 1 was on Switch.
Yeah, they kind of snuck that in a while ago.
Yeah, so. I didn't even know that. So when I saw that Devil May Cry 2 was there, I was kind of like, interesting. I remember when Devil May Cry came out, I lived in Germany, and I remember my friend's dad was like a huge PS2 gamer, and I was at his house and like the day he got it, and just watching him just kill vampires and running around, just killing everything. He was like, "Yeah, this is awesome," and that was really my first experience with Devil May Cry, and I thought it looked really cool. Just that whole like Bayonetta style, you know.
Yeah, just very arcadey acrobatics kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. But Devil May Cry 2 comes out on the 19th, so that's soon. Another game called Vampire was announced. And then I'll let you talk about this one. This was the Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
That was kind of how they closed the show.
Which mesmerized your son.
Yeah, no, he enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was, I was looking at it and it's like, it looks boring, but then like the humor really was making, that was what got to me when I watched it.
Excellent.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Like the writing in that game is just so charming, and like I was saying, like they add these little humorous quips for like catching fish and bugs and stuff, and it's dumb jokes. It's like it's melted, you dealt it, but it actually gets you to remember, like, oh yeah, that's the pond smelt, and you start like learning things. Like I know so many fish now because of Animal Crossing. I don't know why I should have this knowledge, but I do, and it's all because of this game.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, they didn't really. I'm surprised that they actually did show it in this direct, and as much as they did, because they didn't really show anything too much new what they showed from E3, but it's cool to see that it's still being worked on, and it does look gorgeous.
So one of the big things that people talked about when the game was first announced, people were upset that you couldn't play. They were saying you couldn't play more than one island on your Switch. Like,
right.
But then this direct showed that you can have 4 people per system or something like that. So I'm guessing it's the same island, but then each profile can have their own like village to make on the island or something like that.
So I think each profile can have a character that lives on the same island. Gotcha. It looks like, from what I'm looking at, which is kind of like the same way how GameCube and other Animal Crossings worked. You all shared a town, but I guess in those games you could make multiple towns if you like used a different memory card or something.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I guess this one's kind of restrictive in that sense.
And then I saw I was actually thinking about it when they announced the part about being able to visit other people's towns with online capability. I was kind of like, yeah, that's what I should do if I'm going to get it. I'll go terrorize Patrick's town. Or his island. I'll visit his island and stuff. So I don't know.
Stop chopping down my trees, Chad.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious about it. It's definitely curious, but I just think it was something I'll get bored of. But maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, but to tell. But I feel like everyone finds something that they like about it. It may not be the same qualities or aspects, but it gets your hooks in you. So
gotcha.
And it's just super chill and relaxing.
So that's still scheduled to come out March 20th of next year.
Yep.
So you got like 5 months left for that, or a little more than that, I guess. It's about 6 months still. So.
Yeah, it's coming though.
What's a little more wait? Sure. I think I went on a rant last time about Animal Crossing people getting upset about games getting delayed.
That's right.
Oh well. So then they closed the conference with something that was rumored today as well, because Monolith Soft, is that how you say it? Monolith Soft?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They tweeted out today the link to the Nintendo Direct, and people were saying, oh, they only tweet when they're involved, so there's going to be something. And they announced Xenoblade Chronicles. Was this Definitive Edition as well? Is what they said?
I think that's what it was called.
I think that's what it was. So that's coming out next year. So that's the remastered version of the Wii game, which the Wii game was originally published by GameStop, and it kind of became a hard-to-find Wii game.
Yeah.
Those physical copies of that game were like over $100. Like a year ago, yeah. So I don't know if they're still that much, but they were becoming difficult to find out in stores. So,
they did port this game once afterwards onto the 3DS.
3DS for the new 3DS.
New 3DS.
Yeah, only on new 3DS. I almost picked it up because I was curious about it.
I actually got that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought about it just because I was curious about it, and I think Shulk looks awesome and his sword looks and I thought it looked really cool, but I just never got it. And I think you actually kind of talked me out of getting it because you were like, don't do it, it's way too RPG, you're not gonna like it. And then I watched you play the what was it, Xenoblade Chronicles X?
Yeah, for Wii U.
It was for Wii U. I watched you play that, and I thought the world looked awesome, but
the world building of both those games is just awesome. Like, those are definitely its strongest strengths, and you can tell because that's that studio's skill set. Like, they helped with
Breath of the Wild, yeah.
Yeah,
so, and I think they're hiring more people to work on Breath of the Wild or something like that.
I think so. I think you might be right. Yeah.
To work on that, the new world and everything. So, but yeah, so that was it. And I was kind of hoping for one more thing, and they didn't do it. They left us hanging. So,
they just moved straight into more Smash talk after that, which we've already covered. So
yeah. So overall, I mean, I'm happy with the Direct. The fact that I can finally, as of tomorrow, play Link to the Past on my Switch is awesome, because it's a game that I always go back to. Super Mario World as well. Games that I have multiple copies of in multiple different forms, but they're so good. So the Super Nintendo alone was worth it to me. What were some other things real quick? Let me just do a quick. No Luigi Mansion's coming. I know Link's Awakening's coming. SNES Online, the Tetris update's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Black Flag I thought was cool. The Assassin's Creed thing, I don't know if I'll get it, but I'm still, I'm still like that the option's there if I do want to actually sit down and start exploring that game again.
Mm-hmm.
Devil May Cry, and that's pretty much it. But for me, I mean, just the fact that they finally announced the Super Nintendo was
that's big.
Enough
big.
to give me,
Yeah. And despite how much or little I play Smash Brothers still, like, I still love how they present that game. So.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too, because I think that was probably like one of my favorite parts of it as well. And it makes me want to go buy Banjo now. And then again, I've talked about not liking Banjo-Kazooie because of the camera and the controls on the N64, but it makes me want to just bite the bullet, get the rare replay on my Xbox.
Chad, if you want to play the game, you can play it on Xbox.
Sakurai told me to go do it, so now I have to do it. I can go play it on Xbox right now, and I can stream it. I can just stream it to my laptop and play it anywhere, anyway. So I've got this. I've got this beat. I'll just stream it from my Xbox and play it that way.
Isn't Rare Replay on Game Pass?
If it is, I know what I'm doing later. Let's take a look at Game Pass. We're gonna do this while on the phone or on the recording. Rare Replay. No results found.
Oh.
Womp womp womp. Yeah, no, it's not here.
Okay.
Nope. That would have been cool though. It might be on Game Pass on Xbox.
Okay.
But I only have Game Pass
on PC.
Which Gears of War is available on it.
Fascinating.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that. I knew they were talking about it, but sorry, getting off topic.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I think overall it was a pretty good direct. I don't know how you felt about it. I assume we share similar sentiments on it.
Yeah, I thought it had a lot of fun announcements in there. Would I have liked some other surprises? Yeah, like the mysterious Mario tweeting of him eating watermelon and talking about sunshine. Or...
That's why I was hoping for a wait.
Yeah.
Summer's not over yet.
Yep. Or anything to do with Mother or anything. Yeah, I would have loved all of that, but for what they showed, I enjoyed it. So.
Sure. Yeah.
And that was a lot of stuff they showed. So.
Yeah. I mean, that was a huge direct. Like, we've had directs in the past that were just as long and didn't cover half of the stuff that's there.
Yeah. So
because 20 minutes of it was a Smash direct. But no, I think it was great. So I am going to go grab my Switch, which is right here, and probably get Banjo and check that out and start playing some more Smash. I still haven't unlocked everybody in Smash.
Oh my gosh.
I think I still have like 20 people to unlock. There's too many characters.
You can unlock them all with Banjo now.
There we go. That's what I'll do. That's how.
Just one at a time. Go.
Banjo will be my new main. So yeah, no, I'm excited for that, and I think I'm gonna grab some of those Mii costumes too. I'm gonna see what's available on there and take a look at that, and yeah, I think that's what my plan is for the rest of the evening.
All right, sounds good.
But yeah, that was a good recap of the direct. Basically the same talk that me and you would have had without recording. So It was good to get into it fresh. So
it was. Yeah.
I think it worked out well. So the next episode we will likely have some more topics. I know I got a request from a buddy that wants to know about some more casual focus games, and I know me and you have kind of talked about that on and off.
He said like casual or easy to learn kind of games.
Yeah, something that doesn't require like mastering a skill set to play, just something you sit down and enjoy that are kind of must play games. So kind of been thinking about that, what that means. Does that mean I can go retro? Does that mean new? Maybe I'll reach out to him and see what he's really looking for.
I thought of a few ideas. So
but yeah,
I'll definitely be keen to answer that next week. Or whenever our next episode is.
Yeah, we'll see when we get this one up before we say next week.
Sorry.
Although I think I'm going to dump this audio only.
Just so people can
tonight.
listen to quicker.
Yeah, I'll dump it tonight, and maybe I'll even just throw up I don't know. We could even throw it up on YouTube as audio only, really.
Yeah.
If we want to.
We'll label it like raw or unedited or something.
Yeah.
And then once I have time to edit and add the music bits, we'll upload that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. We can always put in something at the beginning real quick. But so with that being said, we're about an hour and 15 minutes in recording, and I think that's where we're going to end it for the evening.
Yep.
So until then,
happy gaming, everybody, and
see you later.
Yeah.